Leonardo, we've had the opportunity to work together for probably 3 years now and work pretty closely together. One of the things that I've noticed since we've started working together, I've really been more attuned to organizations who talk about or preach how they want to be providers of great service, customer service. But when you think about the interactions you have with these organizations, they're really mediocre at best. Why is that?
Well, you know, Dan, the reasons why the majority of service organizations fail to deliver great service is relatively simple. There are three key conditions that often they fail to establish. They don't have a plan. They don't have a real clear service strategy. A strategy that ultimately delivers a great client experience. So that's the first condition. So they just go about service in a casual way. The second reason is that often they lack enlightened, focused leadership. You know, nothing happens unless it happens within an organization. And leadership plays a key role. So when leadership understands the importance of client service, then client service happens within the organization. The third condition is often based on lack of technical skills. People are well-intended. You know, most of the service professionals, they come to work trying to do the best they can. The problem is that they often do not know what great service is. And therefore, you know, service events are interpreted differently every single time.
You talked about the strategic importance of customer service and service excellence. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? What is the strategic importance of service excellence?
You know, regardless of the industry, the thing that you want to avoid is being a commodity, right? And client service, great client service, serves as a differentiator. You see, it is a value-adding feature of your products, right? Otherwise, what are you going to compete on? Rate of return, technical competence, you know, those things, you know, to a degree, they are very similar across the board. And then if you don't have a differentiating factor, such as client service, then the next thing is going to be your compensation, your fees. So, and that's not a good place to engage the competition.
Sure. Well, you know, maybe just in wrap up, your background is really unique. You started with the Walt Disney Company. Were one of the leaders in building the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain into the global brand and successful strategy that you had there, and now today with Capella Hotels and with West Paces Consulting. In your experience, what are the keys to really being effective in this endeavor of service excellence?
You know, you have to have a vision for great service. You know, you need to know what it is, and you need to have the desire to have it in your organization. You need to see the benefits. You need to see how that will improve your overall business. Then once you have that vision, then you need to commit yourself at executing it. Because otherwise, we'll just say a figment of your imagination, you know, wishful thinking. No, you need to have that vision, commit yourself. And then, you know, at the end of the day, you got to start doing it. Because nothing happens until it happens. And so you can either choose to stay on the sidelines and see the competition, which, by the way, you know, is getting more and more attuned to good service. You know, great client service is becoming something that people talk about because finally they realize that it can be the differentiating factor in pushing clients to make decisions when it comes to service providers, professional service providers. So get on the bus, get going, start a program, do something about it. Now, there is also another aspect that is very important, that is perseverance. Your ability to re-energize yourself and refocus on your ultimate goal. You see, great service will not happen overnight. You know, we're talking about creating a service culture within the organization. So that is not something that happens in a week, in a month, or in a year. Often it is a long journey. But I can tell you one thing, the moment you start practicing the right service skills, your service delivery will improve it overnight. So then, step by step, you will become one of those legendary service providers that books are written about.
That's great. Leo, thanks for your insight.
You're very welcome.